Let me do a quick follow-up on this, Secretary Becerra, on what Senator Corner was just talking about at this point. Individuals that are placed from HHS custody, ORR, that are unaccompanied minors, are they always placed in the home of someone who is legally present in the country? Or individuals that are unaccompanied minors, could they be also placed in the home of someone who is not legally present in the country and we do not know their legal status?
Yeah. Our authority is to place them with someone who we vet, who will provide a safe shelter. And
do you have any idea what percentage of people of children are placed in the home of someone who's not legally present in the country at the time?
I couldn't tell you that right now. No.
So we don't know that. These are individuals that are vetted, but they're not vetted for their legal status in the country.
We vet. Our responsibility is for the care and safety of
right.
the child.
No, just asking the question. Just, are individuals vetted if they're legally present in the country? Do we know children are placed in the home of someone legally present?
And Senator, I don't want to be. I don't want to evade the question. What I'm trying to tell you is that our focus is on what the elements that would make this a safe placement for a child.
But legally present's not on that list of what's safe.
I wouldn't say to you that that is a particular object. That doesn't mean it doesn't get considered.
But we don't know what percentage of kids are placed there. I've got a lot of other questions there, but it's my understanding that that's not a consideration on it. There's a new rule that's come out on nursing homes that I would tell you my rural nursing homes are extremely concerned about. My state's extremely concerned about that HHS is creating a rule that's going to cause the closure of a lot of our rural nursing homes. I understand the good intent that's here, but what this is going to cause is dramatic rise in prices and a difficulty of getting RNs into those different locations. I would just encourage you to reconsider that rule. My state is half rural, half urban, and for those areas that are rural, they still want to maintain their nursing home, and a rule that I didn't vote on that was created by HHS is about to cause the closure of a lot of those rural nursing homes. And I think that's very significant for us. So I'm just going to challenge you to reconsider that so that our rural nursing homes can stay open in the days ahead. You know this is coming because your office contacted us at 11 p.m. last night to try to answer a question on this. So let me ask for a little more clarity. Last year, you created a rule on Title X funding that if my state, which my state currently has laws that protect the lives of every child, born and unborn, that if my state does not put on our health pamphlets, brochures, whatever it may be, a way for people to get access to an abortion, if they did not put that 1-800 phone number on there, we would lose Title X funding. You followed through on your threat, and you took away Title X funding from my state, which takes away from my rural counties, AIDS testing, cancer screenings, all of those things you took away from my state because my state would literally not put a phone number in our health brochures of where people could go get an abortion. First of all, let me start. That violates federal law because obviously Title X funding is not about abortion. That's specifically in federal law. So you've created something entirely new with that. The second thing I would say is, why would you take away that funding? And is that true? Would you be willing to be able to put this? The funding is taken away. My state has lost that money for AIDS testing and cancer screenings in our county health departments because of that.
So, Senator, I'm not surprised by your question, and you're not going to be surprised by my answer in that I don't agree with the way you framed this. Because if it were as you framed it, we would be in court right now losing. But the statute,
we are in court right now. There is an appeal that's going on. So yeah.
And so far, we are able to enforce the law as it stands. And all the law says is individuals who are going in for services should know what services they're entitled to. We're not saying anything about abortion. We're just simply saying a person should be informed of the services that could be available to them under Title X. And if a state wants to not abide by the law, they understand the consequences. They won't get their money.
So the specific law that you're stating there is if we don't put a 1-800 number where to go get an abortion.
That's not the case.
That is the case. Actually, we verified this. We've walked through the process. That is the one issue when we asked, if we added this one phone number to brochures, does that fulfill everything? And we were told, yes, that would fulfill everything. It is just a phone number where to go get an abortion because you can't get in the state. So what has happened then is AIDS testing goes away in my state, cancer screening goes away. I mean, that's a pretty big bully tactic to be able to say, I'm going to remove all these things if you don't do what we're asking you to do, which is not in the statute.
Senator, we follow the law. We expect those who want federal dollars to follow the law.
Well, we're also following the law.
Then they'll get
Dobbs-
their money.
the
If they
Dobbs
follow
is-
the law, they'll get their money.
Well, clearly we're being withheld from that. I would ask you just a quick yes or no question, because there is another decision that's coming down from the Supreme Court next week as they hear about chemical abortions. There has been some rumors out there to say, and some individuals saying, that if the Supreme Court determines something about chemical abortions, that HHS and FDA should just ignore it. So my yes or no question is, we don't know what direction the Supreme Court's going to make on that decision, but when the Supreme Court makes that decision, will HHS abide by that decision, whatever it is?
Briefly, Mr. Secretary, my colleague's time's up.
Senator, you're asking me to speculate on something. We're going to
I'm
do
asking you if
everything
you're going
we
to follow
can.
the Supreme Court of the United States Constitution. That shouldn't be a hard question. You've been a member of Congress and a member of the executive branch.
We always follow the law.
That's all I need to know. Yes, you'll follow the law.
The time of the gentleman's expired. Senator